Business Expo, first ever expo being held at the Yifan Restaurant and Event Center, located at 6000 Medlock Bridge Parkway in Johns Creek. Still time to stop on by. We're open till 5 o'clock, free registration. And thank you to our sponsor, Subaru of Gwinnett. You'll love the difference. Make sure you stop by Subaru of Gwinnett, located at 2950 Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. So next at the table, I have the local AI guy, Barmal Grand. Welcome again, Barmal.
How you doing, my friend?
Good. How you doing?
Thank you so much for being part of this event, and I love the fact that you're here and you're adding a lot of value for this event. And believe me, I've talked to people that I said they were kind of shy about being on a podcast.
Yes.
And I said, no, just once you go there, you'll forget and you just talk about yourself.
You do. It's just a simple conversation is all it is.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate your support.
No, we really appreciate what you're doing. And hopefully this would be something that you can take it down the road and start live streaming from other events. And because you're doing such a fantastic job, and you're a great you bring out a great visibility in the local community for this through your medium, you know.
No, thank you. Yeah, we do enjoy spotlighting businesses for sure, and especially on our shows that we do during the week on Gwinnett Business Radio. It's so interesting to me to have a conversation with so many people like I have today. I think we've had 7 or 8 different businesses come and participate in the live stream. It's just every one of them is unique, and every one of them has a different story, and every one of them is so interesting. So it's this whole business expo, and I know you were probably a part of the organization of this expo. So thank you for putting this together. I think it's a great event, and I'm looking forward to more of them.
Yeah, I know. As you know, putting an event is not easy, and thanks to my partner Michael. But we met through the chamber over a year ago. And as we build our collaboration together, one of the things that I wanted to do, because Steve Zhang, that is the owner of Yifan, is one of my clients. So actually we did something for him because he needed help. So we created this platform called Johns Creek Event.com to become a place of authority for events, even though he has Yifan, he has a great website.
Yes.
Now, as far as I know, his booking on OpenTable has increased since he started with us.
Good.
And me and Michael, we have our Fusion Alliance, the networking event on Thursdays at 5:30 at the same place as you've been there.
Yes.
And you're a great supporter of that. So out of those collaboration, like I approached you, I said, man, I would love for you to come and live stream your event, and you become the conduit for that. And I think this is like a great, it's fun because you get to meet so many different businesses.
Yes.
It's good for you. You're building contacts. If I may, like today, as you saw me, I was walking around the tables and just to introduce myself and welcome them. Of course, they said, what do you do? And then I explained to them, son, there's already like 3-4 people that want to do something with me because remember the divorce lady that will focus on divorced families?
Yes.
Because as they part ways, the husband might have to get a different real estate company and
Correct.
Whatever. So I said, listen, I was working with a family lawyer in Alpharetta. They were my client for over a year. And then basically we created this platform called Atlanta Family Law, whatever it was, but it became a place of information hub, anything to do with family law, right? And I said, we can do something for you, but through information. It's not a lead gen campaign, but it's more of an information hub to bring to start focusing on conversations. Okay, let's say, for instance, somebody's thinking about getting a divorce. I know it's a very difficult and complicated.
It is, but it's in everybody's life, some form or another, whether they went through a divorce, their parents went through a divorce, they know somebody that's going through a divorce. It's not as unrecognizable as it used to be like 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, and it's just like this, especially if they're married, they have kids and stuff. So I said, listen, we can write topics that are around what you're focusing, but the triggering points on what they should do. Like what are the steps, what they have to do, right? And they may go to ChatGPT and Google Gemini to start asking those questions because that's where these AI assistant tools come into, right?
Yes.
They become our research assistants. And as long as you know what kind of prompts to put in, prompts are very important because you have to make sure you direct the assistant into what you want, because otherwise they can go rogue on you, right?
Right.
They'll start pulling information and that's not right. And then you say, no. I know this is not right. Double check. And they say, oh, yes, you're right, Barmal. They even know who you are, right? So what I'm saying is like, she really got excited. She goes, "Hey, Barmal, I would love to have an information hub for what I do, and I love the fact that you can pump this content without me getting involved." I said, yes, we can do that. Then I met another folks. They're the property manager for this whole shopping center.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. I
Yes.
forgot the name. Eric and Shelby, I think. I forgot the name of the company. I forgot. But they really wanted to do something where one of my previous, well, actually, not previous, one of my oldest client with me is we have this platform called AtlantaPropertyManage.com. That platform he's been with me for a year. He's getting about 26,000 unique visitors. He's becoming a source for property management news in Atlanta. I said I can do the same thing for you guys. And they were like, oh, we definitely want to talk to you. Because even though we have these shopping centers, you know, but we also deal with a lot of real estate like investors. I said, yes, why don't you write content around so that investors, when they're searching, they can find you, right? Amongst your competitors.
Right.
You stand out. So that kind of stuff.
And that's my very first guest that I had on the show. She offered a service I'd never heard of before, where she actually helped families and young adults who haven't left the home yet. You know, maybe they're in their early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, sometimes even 30s. She would actually coach them and help them figure out how they get out of their parents' house and start having their own independent living. And I was like, I've never heard of a service like that. And it's like, how do people find you? And her biggest response was, well, mainly through networking.
And I'll give you another example. We have two companies. One is Peachtree Planning, and another one, a financial literacy company, Francois, that actually wants to talk to you. They became my clients yesterday, and they said, Barmal, I want to just create a platform that's just high-level conversation about retirement, 401ks,
Right.
but very high level. And we don't want to push about products, anything like that, because once you do that, you have to get compliance involved. And it's very highly regulated. But if you can have a platform that you're just having high-level conversation, then it's okay. So that's how it is, basically, because you have to kind of strategize and go outside the box to kind of let them know what you're capable of, so they can say, oh, no, I can do this, without going through that route, right?
Yeah.
So even if they're part of a highly regulated market, there's a way to get around it. It's not like they're doing anything illegal. It's just basically they want to become an information hub for what they do, just so that way people are reading about basic stuff about retirement,
Right.
401ks, how to save money, right? You're just giving them ideas.
Yeah, and
Right.
they're becoming the expert in their field.
Yeah.
And people want to know that.
And so as soon as I find that information, the content, then I want to say, oh, I want to talk to these people. And then they know that these folks are the sponsoring entity, and they can reach out to one of their consultants, and hopefully they can have a conversation. So, but I think we had, in the beginning, we had as soon as we opened the doors, and then we started getting a lot of people, I'm pretty much sure we had over 200 people.
Oh, we had to have had over 200 people come
Yeah,
through
would you
here.
say so? Yes.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
So, as you know, for a first event, that's fantastic.
I think it's been a huge success with the amount of people that have come through here. And I think, some of the other people I've talked to said the energy level in here is just so unbelievable.
It's so true. And also, if I may, that we were thinking about having our next event probably sometimes in fall.
Yes.
One of the events that I want to actually focus in, it will be an AI summit for Johns Creek. Through my business partner, Abe Nasser, was in California. He knows I told you, the likes of Microsoft, Google, IBM. Mm-hmm. He's their partner, the work, he has contacts there. So we may eventually host an event around AI summit and bring these partners as well, like Google and stuff, whether it could be through virtually, like through Zoom, if they can't make it here. But that would add a lot of value for what are we trying to do to teach people about what AI is doing, or at least give them the idea that, hey, you know what, I should start focusing on
at least learning about AI
Yes.
and what the options are. You don't want to put your head in the sand, say, I don't understand it, I don't like it, I'm just going to ignore it. But you can't do that. You have to learn about it and see how it can benefit your business, because there's going to be a way that AI can benefit basically every business out there.
Yes, so true. And I think, when I tell people I can become an extension of your business, and by, doing this, and automating your operations, tasks, workflows, and try to cut your costs down. when I came on your show a few weeks ago, we talked about it. I said it's very difficult to find quality people for certain tasks.
Yes.
For making outbound calls and stuff like that. So that's
Yes.
why I said, it's better to train an AI agent to be there 24/7 without asking for a raise
Yes.
or they're sick and
It
stuff
is.
like that. So that's the beauty of it. But overall, I think it's been very successful. And as you can see, I'm like unwinding. I'm getting really tired because I've been for the first 3 hours, I was all over the place. But I wanted to come and chat with you again. I really appreciate you being here, man. You've done a great job. And by the way, folks, if you're a company or somebody listening to you, please, sponsor this program because what he's doing is he's fantastic. He's bringing businesses together, and it's a great community outreach that you're doing.
Thank you, Barmal, and thank you for putting this event together. I'll definitely be participating in some of the future ones if I can. So I appreciate
you got it, brother. You and I, we've become very close friends.
Yes,
man, so.
definitely. So thanks for coming up here, Barmal. Barmal Grand, the local AI guy.
Yes, sir. The local AI guy.
The local AI guy. We'll never forget it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Never
thanks.
forget about it. Thank you.